Hi everybody, this is Sarah Al-Amiri in Why Not Show.
Hello everyone and welcome to our program, Why Not? I'm your host, Ahmed Murad.
Lovely viewers of Why Not? I am your host, Rikab Shkinani. Hello dear viewers, I'm your host Rikab Shkinani and you're watching Why Not? The show that takes us to so many fun and exciting places here in Kuwait. And as you guys can tell by the setting, we're having another recap session, and of course I'm joined by our lovely co-host Ahmed Murad. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Ritaj. How about yourself?
Alhamdulillah. So Ahmed, as we all know, Kuwait's weather in the summer is way too hot. So we've had a lot of episodes out in the sun, the beach, a lot of water sports and whatnot. I would love to hear your experience with all of these episodes.
I mean, we've had a lot, I have to say a lot so far. And I think it was you who started, or were necessarily, I think we both had our own kind of like different ventures.
Yes.
We weren't really able to record an episode together doing that. It was just me doing my thing, you're doing your thing. The very first one that I had was in a water park.
Yes,
actually.
I remember that.
And it was an interesting episode, I have to say, because where do we even start? I mean, the very first thing is the fact that we have to essentially prepare. I mean, there's a lot of water.
Yes.
You know, the equipment, we really had to make sure that we go with like very light equipment.
Yeah, waterproof everything.
Waterproof everything. I mean, to be honest, we don't really have that much waterproof, so
Yeah.
we were just trying to be careful
Yeah.
of what we had. And yeah, the water park episode, there was a lot that happened.
Yeah.
So first of all, I think what happened, I mean, in the beginning it was really nice. I was able to get my siblings,
Yeah,
both of my younger
with you.
siblings, Abdullah and Ammar. They had a lot of fun during the episode, and they also were featured in the episode. That specific water park, what they had in terms of activities was, there was this surf board activity.
Yes.
In which you were essentially in like a surfboard. It was like a simulation of like waves,
Yes.
right? And now I'm recounting it and I'm laughing because our director behind the scenes is laughing. Let me tell you of one of the things that ended up happening. I mean, we ended up recording I loved how the shots turned out to be. And while I didn't really do that good of a job, I mean, I can't really surfing.
I think it's all about balance.
It is about balance, but it's also, I feel like it's also about how big you are of like a person. Because both of my younger siblings, they were like, you know, very, let's say, they're not as big as me, right? So they were able to control the surf. It wasn't an actual surfboard. It was like a kind of like the surf floaty, you know, like the small ones that are like this big.
Yeah.
So I was trying to like ride it, like basically like having like my entire body like this and trying to ride it, but I wasn't able to balance it very well. It's still fun. My younger siblings, they did an amazing job. They were able to like balance it very well and they had a lot of fun. But let me tell you about the funny occurrence that happened.
What was it?
So our great director, she was trying to get close-up shots, and I want you to picture this, dear viewers, right?
I have a feeling of what happened.
Yes, so essentially it is a surfing simulation. So you've got a big water current that was like going like in this kind of direction. And so our director had the idea, right, that she was like, okay, I can go on the sides. And she was recording with like one of our adventure cameras, you know, like the small ones. And while she was trying to record, she was really into it, like just recording the entire thing. She did not put into account that the current was very strong. So what happened was this: she was trying to record, you know, taking a close-up of like me and my siblings. And then at one point, it's even funnier on my perspective, right? So I was riding and I was attempting, and you know, I'm getting swept away, it's fun. The best thing about it is that I thought that it was going to hurt, but it did not.
Okay.
Thankfully, you know, it wasn't dangerous at all. It might look like it, but it wasn't, thankfully. And I noticed this, right? Because you've got a lot of water going into your face, so you tend to like, you can't see much. And then at one point, I remember seeing a pair of sandals, right? And I was like, wait, hold on a second. What is going on right here, right? And so I'm trying to like reconfigure everything.
I think what's going on, why is your slippers
And then
like
I saw
flying
our
around?
director just going around like this. Right, and our team is having a laugh. I have to say, it was very, very funny, and I was just trying to like.
Were you able to
understand.
dodge her? And
No, thankfully, listen, the best thing about just the entire thing is that nobody was hurt, like nobody got, yeah. Thankfully, it was all safe, but it was so funny because,
please tell me someone got that on camera.
I mean,
And
I feel like at this point, I think we did have, I mean, obviously we're not going to show the footage, but the funniest thing was the fact that, I mean, it was so funny in my own, like, point of perspective that, I was attempting it a lot of times, right? So I get swept away, I try again, I get swept away, I try again, I get swept again, and then I just see like sandals in front of my face, and I was like, wait, what is going on? So at first point I was thinking, I was like, I don't think my siblings own this, right?
Yeah.
And then when I was looking in front of me, I just saw the director. It was so funny.
You just see a slipper, then a camera, and
Yeah,
then
then it was
someone's
just
goggles.
like going around. It felt like it was something out of a movie, right?
That sounds hilarious.
It's so funny, but at the same time, it just shows you, the viewers, that our entire team is just fully committed.
Yeah.
Like we get into the bit and we're like, we want to do everything perfect.
Yes.
And this is what our director usually does, right? She loves to get into the scene. She loves to put a lot of effort, which is something that I appreciate a lot. And sometimes it creates this kind of funny situations. And that was like one of the...
that sounds hilarious. And everyone told me, because this is an episode I wasn't a part of, right?
Yes, yeah.
I saw football
Obviously.
on social media, and I was so jealous. It looked so much fun.
Yeah.
And then like everyone just kept on talking about that day when
That-
we went to
that
the
day,
water park, and
exactly.
I'm like, oh, it's my turn. I want to do that as well. I want someone flying around me.
We will get opportunities, inshallah, to do that. Another thing in that episode in particular that was actually very overstimulating was being around the kids. I swear to God, like it felt, because I'm not sure if you ended up watching the episode, but around the outro, we ended up doing this bit where we had all the children around us in the pool, screaming, why not? And that shot, we were trying our best to like, we had several like cuts of it, like repeats. It was too much.
Why though?
It was too much. It was because it was crazy.
Not able to say it all at the same time?
No, like we were able to get that. It's just the fact that there was a lot and it was just so much noise that I was like just trying my best, like imagine like a lot of children just, being too excited and they're just having fun, right? And so they cannot contain the excitement. They're just going, the entire time.
Someone's doing a flip in the background.
And I'm just like trying to present. I'm like, oh my God, like what is happening? What is happening, right? It was very, very crazy, but I loved how it turned out. The kids were very happy. I was happy. We were able to do that. That episode was really fun. But I've also gotten to hear a story about you in that specific resort.
Okay then.
Tell me about it.
So first of all, the resort was like a women's only, like one of the first women's only resort. It was lovely. It was such a vibe. We went in the morning. And something that the viewers don't know is like the temperature then. It was like 50 plus that day. So we were recording in the morning. And if you guys see the episode, you're going to see that my director describes it as like Hawaii. You wouldn't even think it's Kuwait. It was so lovely. It was. They had like tanning beds, massage. You get your drinks and your food to your little couch and everything. They have like multiple swimming pools. By the end of the episode, we were just trying to record some insert shots. I just blacked out.
You blacked out?
I just blacked out.
I do remember. I've heard,
I think they even recorded it, but it's not part of the episode, of course. But I mean, it is kind of my fault. I didn't prepare myself for the sun. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've been like going to a resort or went swimming or go to the beach and whatnot. Usually I'm like indoors, or if I'm outdoors, it's like for a few minutes and then I head back inside.
Exactly, yeah.
The problem is like I do know I have like a problem with the heat, and
with the heat, obviously.
So I'm like I can get through this. We'll finish and everything, and we'll get through it.
we tend, like, as presenters, not to cut you off, Rataj, but as presenters, we always tend to like want to give it, especially with a program like this, right? When you work with a team as wonderful as Why Not's team, you always want to give it your best.
Yes.
So sometimes you end up forgetting
You have to take
about
care
yourself.
of yourself.
Exactly, yeah. And I was concerned. I mean, alhamdulillah, you know, at the end of the day, it wasn't that big of an issue.
You know, it was worth it because the episode ended up being pretty nice.
Yeah. I'm really happy as well as how it turned out. And I feel like it is also just, overall, it's very, very fun to have these kinds of episode of, you know, being able to present. We've got a lot to talk about, you know.
And in that episode as well, like even after the episode, after I blacked out and everything, I did enjoy the resort as well. You know, I went for a little swim, I had a little pizza, a little drink, and they also had a boutique that I went a little shopping in, and like everything about it was so cute that I use it like practically every day in my daily life as well.
Oh, nice. So they featured a lot of different things in the boutique, like everyday use
You know
things.
what? You don't need anything. You don't need to bring anything with you because they have everything there.
Nice.
I wasn't prepared.
Exactly.
You know, I wasn't prepared going there. I wasn't even planning on swimming. But after that day, I learned a very like valuable lesson.
Important lesson.
First of all, take care of yourself before you get out in the heat. And second of all, I've said this in later episodes where I'm out in the heat, is that the team taught me or advised me to like wet myself before I get out in the heat.
Exactly.
So we go dip in the water a little bit before we continue the episode.
That's one thing that I've done. I mean, I remember the first episode that I did, the second episode that I did that had water activities, I actually ended up also doing the same thing. It does wonders. I mean,
I think that's where they learned it from.
Exactly.
And they advised me as well.
To like regulate just your body's temperature.
Yes.
And that's I think the fun part about it is that we also have to understand that we're not there to just record, we're also there to have fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we should treat ourselves a bit. We can't just let it all work, which is also a wonderful opportunity that, you know, a lot of the organizers and also our team is offering us, right? And once we're done with like, you know, recording the episode and everything, we tend to take it easy.
It's time for us to relax as well,
Exactly, which is a really, really fun part. And I remember I've also had another water park that we ended up recording in, and it was almost the same thing. I mean, the funniest thing about it is just the fact that, just picture this, you have a presenter with like, you know, the microphone going around the pool.
Okay.
And it's so funny because I felt like I was a celebrity. All the kids were too excited. They're like, we want to appear in TV, we want to appear. And I'm like, okay, one at a time. And I'm trying to like, you know, please all of them. And it was hectic,
Kids
but it was very
cute.
fun.
I love that.
They definitely are. And you know, it was a lot of joy. It was just absolutely fun because it just gives you a lot. It's quite a different thing, right? We're always going into like some locations with like, you know, not that much energy.
Yeah.
I have to say,
people tend to avoid the camera when we go up to them.
Exactly, that is something that we sometimes have to go through. But in this case, that's why I say it's like overwhelming and like overstimulating is the fact that everybody wants.
Why is nobody ignoring me this time?
And the entire time I'm like trying to just like organize and like stay and like, you know, the camera crew, the director, you know, I remember that day the director was like asking me for something specific, and then I see the cameraman, you know, just pointing, and I'm just like, and like all the kids in front of me, and I'm like,
what do I look at?
What do I do? I was like, what do I do?
It's so funny, like especially when like behind the scenes when the team is trying to tell us something and they're using hand signals that we don't understand.
Exactly. I mean, this is something that we're also putting a lot of effort into, and we're learning at some points.
Like we're playing charades with them, you know.
Yes. But yeah, coming across a lot of these like water activities, I also do remember we ended up recording in like some slides.
Okay.
In some of these water parks, it was a fun activity.
I wish I went to a water park with slides like
that. We will get an opportunity, trust me, because I feel like with this season, like it is something that is like, it's an opportunity that is presenting itself to us.
Yes.
And we would love to. I feel like these are not going to be the last episodes that we do with water parks and also with resorts. I mean, we were able to kind of create this plan or the strategy. Essentially, that we know what kind of equipment to take, we know what to do as presenters, what to wear, how do we prepare ourselves, you know, from a lot of our mistakes. But yeah, the slides were really fun. Both of the water parks that I've ended up going to as of this point, both of them had like slides. One of them, the slides were catered more towards children.
Okay.
So they were like, listen, we can't
you can't go
you can't go.
I should have been in that episode.
And this is the thing, right? You could have been in the episode, but also I was you know, quite happy that my siblings were there and they were able to, you know, give me some help, especially, you know, my younger brothers. They were like, oh, we'll help you out. They were so excited to be part.
Okay, Ahmed, we'll do it instead.
No, they were actually very, very excited. And I mean, this is kind of like the energy that Why Not gives our crew, right? Yeah. Whenever we bring in our siblings or our friends, they're always like quite excited. They're like, you know, my brother, Abdullah, my younger brother, he's like, this is so cool, like you guys end up doing like all these cool things. And he absolutely, like, I remember at one point we were like, listen, you know, since he's much more like, you know, let's say, not short, but like more, let's say, thinner than me. So he has more agility to like move around and things. And so at one point I did ask him to like, you know, go around and help us with some of the shots, which he did a brilliant job. And I feel like this is as we continue on saying, the fact that being able to work for a program like this is already a very nice opportunity, but the team always makes it better.
Yes,
exactly. Exactly. And it's been fun, but we also have more water ventures that we'd like to talk about right after this break. So stay tuned, dear viewers, and catch you after the break. Welcome back once again, dear viewers, to our program, Why Not? Now, if you're just joining us, we're here right now in this recap episode, me, your host, Ahmed Murad, joined by our other host, Tajash Kanani. We were talking about the water episodes that we ended up doing, water-related activities. In the first part, we got to talk about our water park ventures, but this part I want to focus about some of the, let's say, the crazy, bizarre water activities that we've done. Starting with that specific hotel resort that I think you also did episodes in it, but I did ones before you. So starting it off, I mean, it is, mashallah, a very fancy place, right? The management in that place, they were able to give us one of the fanciest suites that was available. So we were just going there and we were like, wow, you know, like, I mean, we obviously had an episode to record, but we were also like trying to take it in. It was just a lovely, you know, the hospitality was nice. The management was with us the entire time, and you know, we were just going around like that specific room, which had like a big lavish meeting room. There was a nice balcony seating, and they gave us like complimentary fruits and juice. It was fancy. It was really fancy. But the favorite part of that episode specifically was the water activities that we ended up doing. During that day, the water current or like the sea conditions did not allow us to do something that we were supposed to do, which is something that you did, which is the water car. Okay then. But we were like, we have to end it up with at least some sort of water activity. So we ended up riding a jet ski. Mind you, this was my first time that I rode a jet ski ever. I've never attempted, I've never gotten into it. And I was like, why not? Why not? You know, our entire show is why not, why not, why not? And my director that day, my director was grilling, like she was like, there's no way that this is your first time. And I'm like, I don't know, it felt really, the best way that I could explain it, that it feels like riding an ATV, like an ATV buggy. Okay. You know, but on water. Okay then. Because even like, I mean, I hope all the mechanics or, you know, whoever's watching that is into this don't end up hating me too much. But I feel like the engine or like the way that you accelerate is very similar to it, albeit it's in a water. And so I've ended up, you know, just like doing a lot of the things that I did. I mean, I don't want to call them stunts, but I was having a lot of fun. I'm curious. Yeah. I saw also, like, I was watching Fadla's like social media. She posts everything. So like, I'm seeing everything you're doing without me, and I get so jealous. I heard something about swings. So what's this about? Like the team's laughing in the background. So the swing. Yes. So it's. I'm so curious what happened. So you know, our director. A director likes to take shots of us like going around. So the beach, the way that the beach was, like you've had a lot of like seatings and things like that. And there was this like giant swing. I think I know which one you're talking about. Yes, it's in the middle of the beach. Yes. And so I'm not sure. I mean, the way that the plank was, it was tilted something like this, right? Yes. I don't know why I had the idea of like, you know, it would have been better if I were to sit like this. No, I sat on the other side, right? And so I was, you know, we were taking like insert shots, right? And like I was like trying to swing, you know, I'm like, this isn't that bad of a swing. Yeah. And then I literally just fall backwards. The fall was so painful.
No.
It was painful. Like it was painful. It was funny at the same time.
Was this before or after the jet ski?
Actually, before the jet ski.
Oh my
right?
God.
So I fell down. It was so because like I felt like I had a good like solid grip onto this wing.
But it's not gonna help.
It's not gonna help. I ended up falling, right? And so I didn't know. I was confused because it was painful, but I was laughing at the same time.
Okay, then.
And my director was having like the greatest laugh in the background. She was like, "What happened? What is going on?" I was there for literally like 30 seconds. 30 seconds. I'm just thinking about everything that happened in my life.
I think it's karma.
It
I
is.
think it's karma.
It is karma.
From us having our time laughing at her
Talking
situation.
about her situations exactly was karma, and yeah, that swing was quite something. And I mean, I was also kind of like an idiot. I should have
yeah.
sat. It was the signs were clear.
Sometimes
right?
common knowledge isn't so common. They
I
say.
was thinking more specifically about the shot, right? Because the
Yeah.
background, like.
Oh, like
the
the
reason
sea
it was the
view.
sea view exactly. Yeah, that swing was ruthless. But after that, we ended up doing the jet ski, and it was fun. It was fun. I've had
That's
a
all
lot
that
of fun.
matters. You guys came out with a great episode as well. To laugh
Exactly.
behind the scenes.
Exactly. But tell me about your episode.
So I went to the same hotel resort as you. Same thing as well. They gave us like a nice room. It was huge. It was so nice. It was so fancy.
It is, yeah.
I've never been in like a, I guess you can call it a suite like that, you know. And it's like it opens up to the beach area and.
See, this is how different. Like ours was on like an upper floor,
Okay,
while
then.
yours was next to a beach,
Yeah.
which is
I
even
think
better.
actually it's a chalet. It was a
Kind of like a chalet. Yeah.
It opened up to the beach, and what else? And they also had a swimming pool area. So, first of all, from my previous episodes, I learned to wet myself before
Yeah.
I get out in
Get
the
yourself
sun.
ready. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, it was really lovely. You know, the vibe was nice. They had a bit of music. They had their own like outdoor restaurant. People were out enjoying the water, tanning, and so they told me that they have like a specific boat ride. It was of something shaped like a car.
Like a car.
Yeah, and it was a car.
Was it a green car?
Yes.
Yes.
That was
yeah,
the one
yeah.
you were supposed to
That
go
was the
on?
one that we were supposed to, but sadly, you know.
tough
but,
luck.
But tell me about the experience.
It was so nice. At first, I was so scared because I thought it was gonna be one of those like crazy, you know, crazy taxi.
Yeah.
But like on the boat.
On the boat, yeah,
I thought it was
yeah.
gonna be one of that. But we had Captain Kumar. He calmed me down. He was telling me about all the safety procedure, and he was very lovely. And it was like a smooth ride. It was so relaxing. It was so relaxing.
Nice.
And the thing that made it even better was that I was surprised by the Why Not family members. I didn't expect them to be outside on the waters as well, on jet skis. And they were just going around and around.
Yeah.
And even Fadla was on a boat, and she was recording all of the clips behind the scenes, and it was just a vibe with all the view, and you could even see Kuwait Towers from where we were.
It is. I mean, the location of that specific place is wonderful. Like
was
when I was
gorgeous.
riding the jet ski, I gotten a bit more further
Yeah.
from the resort itself, and I remember I stopped the jet ski at one point,
I
and
just wanted to float there.
it was so breathtaking because this is
Yeah.
my first time. Like I felt like I was the king of the world, you
Oh,
know.
yeah.
So I was just like taking in the view of like the cityscape. Remember that boat ride that we did?
Yes.
Like a few seasons ago.
Yes.
It felt like that, but we weren't like in a boat. We were. I was just in the
You
jet
were
ski.
alone.
Yeah, I was alone. I turned it
Peace,
off, and I was
quiet.
like just looking at Kuwait Towers,
Yeah.
as you said. It was amazingly quiet. It was so peaceful. And it's fun, this
Yeah.
is my favorite part about riding the jet ski is that you can make it like very crazy, action-paced, or you could just take it
Really
easy.
beautiful. I used to be really scared of the sea, but once I got on that car boat and like experienced all of that, I understand why people love going to the beach,
Being on like
in the ocean,
it's part of nature that
Yeah.
like we really underestimate, and sometimes we really have to have these kinds of moments to let us just keep in touch with reality, with the world that we're living in. And yeah, these episodes have been wonderful. And there was one more thing that I think you ended up. Yes.
So other than the car boat, okay, I was not expecting to do this other activity. It was,
Right.
if I remember correctly, I think it was called like a donut.
A donut, yeah.
So basically, it's like this
And-
big round floaty.
Float, inflatable, yeah.
it's like a floaty bed.
Yeah.
And then it's attached to like a boat, like a bit of like a speedboat. It's like a mini speedboat. And you sit on it.
Yeah.
And you have like barely any safety. You just have like a bunch of handles to like hold on to.
Yeah.
And then they just, you know, speed off, and you're just like on it, trying not to fall. For like the first half of like not first half, but like for a few minutes of the episodes, it's just me, and they're taking it easy on me.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Because they know how much of a scaredy pants I am.
Yes.
But when the other members, Noor and Fadla, joined me, there was no mercy.
There was no mercy.
There was a point where like one of my slippers flew off, and I grabbed it and shoved it behind me.
Wow, great reflexes.
And then I was just sitting like really awkwardly like in the corner, hoping
Just
I
trying
don't
to
fly.
like holding for your dear life, right?
Yeah, and like don't get me started on the other members on the jet skis. Okay, they apparently saw how dry my hair was,
And they were like, good idea, you know, let's and it's this is, you brought this up, right?
Yes.
And not to cut you off, because I'm pretty sure you had your own experiences, but in my experience as well, there was a particular team member
Yes.
that I will not mention their name. Her name was Fadla.
Oh, okay.
And Fadla had the
Starts with
brilliant...
an F, ends with an Allah.
Yeah, Fadla had the brilliant idea that she wanted to like showcase her talents in the jet ski.
Okay.
And so I remember our director also, me and the director, we were like kind of scared because she would like do like a lot of these kind of like drifting things,
Okay.
in which, you know, she would splash waters, like she would like go around and like, and I assume that's what the other members did with you, right? They were like
Yes.
splashing their waters through their jet ski. I swear to God.
Fadla's a personality.
She is. She is.
Our director is telling her, don't speed,
Yes.
calm down.
Yes.
And she's like, okay. Phew.
But I mean, you see, this is one thing that I was like trying to remember, or trying, like the director would tell me that, you know, we're trying to take shots, specific shots.
Yeah.
And I put that in my mind, right? But when I drove that jet ski, I felt like I was like, wow, this is my first time doing it. Let me try to do something crazy.
What did you
right?
do?
I didn't do much. Honestly, from my point of view, I wasn't really able to see because I was just too focused, right?
Okay.
But apparently the director was telling me that I was going crazy. Like I was like going around, like, you know, like different things. I personally felt like I was going just, I mean, I went a bit fast and I was like trying to do like some, you know,
Go left, right.
yeah, left, right, like
Yeah.
things like that. But apparently I was going,
You're a menace.
yeah, I was a menace. Yeah, Fadla was more of a menace. I mean,
Fadla.
yeah, she attempted, she splashed water all over because our director was with us recording, right?
Okay, yeah.
In that episode, it was all of us in like a jet ski. The director was riding with one of our team members
Yeah.
recording, and yeah,
She
Fadla
was also
just
on a
being-
jet ski?
Yeah, so our director was the one that was recording. I had a camera with a harness,
Yeah.
and so that was my point of view. And our director, she was the one that was recording like a third-person perspective.
Okay.
And yeah, Fadla was being a menace. Like she was not leaving us. She was like, oh, you know, like she would go away to have fun.
Yeah.
And when you see her approach, it was like the movie Jaws, if you came across it. You know, the shark.
like a-
But imagine this is just like, you know, that jingle. Dun, 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 dun. You see Fadla approaching and you're like, oh no. Oh no. And our director was like, no, she is going to behave. And Fadla was
But
like,
tell me, please, tell me the director was fine. Nobody like hurt her.
everybody was fine.
Because I feel like
Thankfully, alhamdulillah,
she's been through a lot in every episode.
Everybody was fine. I mean, we always prioritize and practice safety. But sometimes we like to do these like whimsical, funny things. Whimsical, yeah.
Okay.
We have a little bit of whimsy here and there, you
Okay.
know? And I mean, to me, like the reason why I kind of like sped up or like did some of my, I guess, stunts
Yeah.
was the fact that it was my first time, and I was like, this might actually be my last time. I'm not
Yeah.
sure when is the next time
Exactly.
I'm gonna get to ride a jet ski because I'm not really a kind of like a beach person.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a once and for all.
It's not something you do every day. Me too
Exactly.
as well.
Yeah. And so it was absolutely fun. It was.
You know, I would love to do it again.
Yeah.
I would love to try a jet ski.
I do hope. I mean, one day, given that we're still in peak summer, that we'll end up getting an opportunity. I mean, even our schedules have been kind of difficult. We aren't able to organize one where me and you can both be on set. But you know, we've been doing a lot of good effort in this program. So Let's end today's episode. But before that, I would like to thank the entire team
Yes.
for their amazing effort that they've been putting through. I also want to thank you, Rutaj.
Of course, and you too, Ahmed.
Of course, thank you. I mean, we presenters, we really also deserve the praise. To praise ourselves a bit. We've been putting a lot of hard work in this summer season, and please, dear viewers, stay tuned for a lot of the other crazy adventures that we have. Till next time, please take good care of yourselves, and goodbye.
Bye bye.
Hi, everybody. This is Sarah Al-Amiri in Why Not Show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our program, Why Not? I'm your host, Ahmed Murad.
Lovely viewers of Why Not? I am your host, Ritaj Ishtirani.